So you're welcome. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Subscribe, guys, like subscribe. I've been on 400. I appreciate the 400, but like I feel like I need more than that. I know I need more than that. Yeah. So if you haven't subscribed and you're watching, please pause and subscribe. So I just connected my mic. I hope the voice is good. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't prefer the voice with the mic. It feels so manufactured. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's just the mic. Or I'm just not used because I've always been using the mic from my phone. So I've just removed it again. You guys should tell me if I should put it back, or I feel like this feels like so natural when there's like a bit of some background noise and stuff. Yeah, for me that's how I feel. I don't know. So you guys can tell me which one is better, if I should just continue using this mic from my phone, or yeah. I have some talking points with me so that I don't leave out anything. That's what I usually do when I'm making videos. And at the same time, I'm having my dinner. It's like quite late, and just wanna show you guys what I'm having. Yeah, someone bought for me. This is butter chicken. It's an Indian dish. Yeah, since I stayed in India for some time, like sometimes I like still eat their food, though this one has a lot of oil. Like that's something I don't like particularly this. They've put too much oil. Like it's not healthy to put so much oil, at least for me. I think this is like a lot of oil, but I like butter chicken generally. And some places they don't cook with so much oil. I think it's just the place I bought from. And this is like a chapati kind of thing, but it's called paratha. It's like chapati, but this thing has layers. This is Kerala, so different parts of India cook it in kind of like different ways. So this one is like Kerala. That's what I told them when I ordered. Yeah, let's be eating. Let me be eating as I'm talking to you guys. Yes, because it's so late, and yeah, tomorrow is Sunday, so I have to wake up early, and I can't afford to just eat and then make the video later on because I want to find time. Time is what I don't have these days. But anyway, let's get into the video. Guys, I'm going through a heartbreak. Like a heartbreak. A serious heartbreak. Let me show you what broke my heart. So this is my lovely PC over here. I love my PC. I put the cover to be pink, particularly because I'm a pink girl. I love pink. Oh, even my studs are pink. And apparently it's not switching on. I don't even know what to do with it. Like, I'll probably take it so that they can check. But you know those people, like, hey, for me, I'm very hesitant when it comes to these electrical gadgets. Like, I don't know if it's just been Zambia, and I always feel like they're going to chip out something. Like in Zambia, if you have like something electronic which is like spoiled, yeah, sorry guys, I'm not looking at you. Like in Zambia, if you have something which is spoiled, like an electronic device that's spoiled, you're always hesitant to fix it because like, oh, that's a bam, like they're going to steal something from there. So that's how I feel. I'm like, should I take my PC? Is it a risk or what? Because even if I'm there, I'm watching, I don't know, they might just get something I don't know. It's not like I'm an expert with these electronic things and I would know exactly what they're doing. So that's my other like fear. Yeah, so, and the thing is that I can't even edit. So even if I'm recording, today is the 18th of October, I don't even know how I'm going to edit, what app I'm going to use, because I use DaVinci Resolve, and it's, if you know that software, you know that it's a very big software, and it can't just run on any PC. Like my PC is good. I just have to fix it because this is my baby, and yeah, that's how I got my heart broken by this. Then the other thing is I want to change the name of my channel. The reason being is because I feel like it's long. I find myself all the time, I'm telling someone like, oh, this is my channel, like I'll be like, oh, get to know Zambia with K. It feels like it's so long, and like when I get to type it, I'm like, oh, okay, this is so long. Maybe I need something shorter. I don't know, what do you guys think? But like I've been thinking about it for some time now. I'm like, I think I should change it to something shorter, and I'm going to tell you at the end of this video what I thought of, and you guys can tell me what you think about it, if it's something I can go with or it's too basic. And if you have like other ideas, you can give them to me, but they should have like Zambia in them, and probably something about my name, something like that. Yeah, let me not restrict you. Anything that you think would suit the name of my channel, you can bring it forth to me. Like you can bring it hey yeah, you can suggest it to me, and then I would see from there. And how's your year been? Like how's your year going? Like I made the short the other time. You know, with shorts you can't really exhaust everything that you want to say, so you have to compress it like within a minute. But I made a short. I don't know if any of you guys who are watching this long video watched it, like where I was talking about, you know, when we set goals, I was referring it to a person who is in debt, and how when you're in debt and you go to your financial advisor, the first step they usually tell you to take is you have to know exactly how much you're owing. You have to know exactly how much your debt is, because that helps you free your mind, and it just gives you space to like plan. The mind which is occupied with like so much fear, so much uncertainty, is a mind that can't plan. Like you just can't be creative. You just can't think of anything if your mind is not clear. That's how it is. So before anything else, like your mind needs to be settled. Like after that, now that's how you can like come up with how you can settle that debt, how you can better negotiate with the people you're owing. You can just do a whole lot of debt restructuring for yourself, and that would help you, and it will just free you up. And sometimes you might even discover that you're actually not owing so much. It was just like all in your head, and the money is not all that big, but sometimes it might be big. But it's better you know than you don't know, because when we don't know, we usually like, you know, expect the worst. So why not just know exactly what's going on? I was liking this to like the goals we set, and how when we don't that's the thing. I enjoy talking, so I think talking and eating is a combination I should never do, because when I'm talking I pause on eating. So I think this was a very bad choice to make. Like, oh, let me make a video as I'm eating. No, it's bad. And that thought came to me when I was thinking about the plans like I made for this year, the things I wanted to do, the things I wanted to accomplish and stuff. And this year I split my year in two halves. So the first 6 months I planned like, okay, I want to do this and this and this. And I also invested much like in reading. Like I was reading like a lot of like what's with I was reading like a lot of self-growth books. Yeah, if you guys are interested, I can share like some of the books I was reading. And it was like just going okay, everything was just going well and stuff. But again, at some point, like something like I don't know, I just don't want to say it, but I paused on like a lot of other things I planned, especially like the last 6 months of the year. So I was like, you know, like whereby it's how I'm like going all around just to explain this, but it's a thing of you plan something, you write it down, and I think writing down is like a very good thing. You can type it, but there's just a thing about writing. For me, I prefer you write, and then just like I was just thinking about like, oh, I said I was gonna do this and this and this, but things just didn't go the way I planned. Things just didn't go the way I planned. Not that the way things went I like dislike it, no, I don't. I love it, but they just didn't go as per what I planned. Like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna what. So I was just thinking, I'm like, you actually, it's been long since like I've like looked at my my diary, like where I wrote all these things. In my head, I'm just thinking, I'm like, ish, last 6 months of the year, I really haven't done what I said I would do and stuff. Like I was just like, keeping it in my head and stuff. Like, because for me, like sometimes like I'm a bit hard on myself. Like if I say I want to do this and then I don't do it, it's like it will just be coming up. Like you said you're going to do this. You said you're going to do this. What's going on? So yeah, that thing will just be like in my mind, in my mind, in my mind. So I was like, you know what? Like why can't I just like open my book and know exactly like what I've done and stuff like that? And that's why I made that short. Like everyone who planned something in their year, sometimes it won't go exactly as you planned. Yeah, sometimes God will have like his own plan as you have your own. Like trust me, even though your plans and his should align, but sometimes it just happens like that. So that's how it was. So I was like, you know what? Let's think about like the things that we wanted to do, and let's just go back and look at them, because you would find you're not actually disappointed in yourself. You're like, okay, I'm good, or even though I'm not good, I can try to do something about it. Because the more you hold it, like, I don't wanna look, the more time you waste, and this is for a lot of things. The more you don't just face something, either ways you will face it. Whether after 2 years, afterwards, either ways you're gonna face it, and that's just a fact. So sometimes it's just better to just face it there and then. Like, look into my eyes, yeah, let's face this. So that's that about the year. You guys can tell me how your year has been, but like for me, I would encourage you to plan your year. Like your future is the best investment you can make. Your mind, yeah, your read. For me, like the time I wasn't reading, like I'm not like those people who've been reading their entire childhood. You know those people like we had those people in school, like they would always move with these books and they would read. For me, I wasn't really like that. Like I would read, but it was just time. I started reading when I finished, like when I completed my grade 12. Before my grade 12, I would just read. I can count, I think, the books I read. But after I was done with my grade 12, I went to my aunt's place. She gave me 3 books she told me to finish. She was like, in this time, like this time you have before college, I want you to finish these 3 books. So that's when I started reading. I think that's what initiated like me to like at least read in that way. Because the other thing is, I just hate like those to my books with like small font size. Also maybe because of my sight, like I'm like kind of a bit short-sighted, so I just don't like font sizes that stress me like to see. I prefer them like a bit big so that I can just easily read for myself. So she gave me 3 books. One of it was Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. The other one was it a biography or autobiography by Maureen Nkando? She's a journalist in Zambia. She worked with BBC as well, so I think that was autobiography. Yeah, autobiography is where you write your own biography, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think yeah, autobiography. So I read hers. I read Robert Kiyosaki's book, and then also she gave me Becoming Michelle Obama. Yeah, Becoming Michelle Obama. That's the book I didn't read because I think it was time up. I had to leave. So, and then the other thing is that she wouldn't let me go with the book. She was like, no, I don't give my books. If you want to read, you have to come to my house, read, and put it back. So the book I didn't read was Becoming Michelle Obama, but I read the other 2. And then from there, I just like started making it like a bit deliberate, because I never used to read like in that way. And especially like you know, fiction novels, what those ones I don't even try because I just don't enjoy them. Like I would prefer just watch than reading like fiction movies. I'm not just a person. I've tried, but it just didn't make sense to me. Yeah, people say like it's good for your grammar, but some things are no. That's not just for me. And yeah, I just don't enjoy. Like I don't enjoy. And yeah, then what else? Yeah, so from there, that's when like I started like reading. Yeah, like I would make it deliberate, because when you're just starting, like that thing is not like that just doesn't flow. And also for me, I would take like more time than the like fast readers. So I would just take my time, and I would start with like 200 and something pages, 300 pages, like that. Yeah, but Robert Kiyosaki's book is like longer than that, but it was just so interesting the way he wrote his book. It's like it's so easy to understand, and it's so easy to relate, and it's also like a story. It's telling a story, and like you're learning all the financial things in there. So yeah, I really enjoyed that book. And also the autobiography for Maureen Kandu, I like enjoyed enjoyed. Yeah, you know, like most of the times you read like these autobiographies for people we don't really know, like you might not even meet them like anytime soon. But for Maureen Kandu, like she's someone I know, not that I've met her or she knows me, no, but like it feels a bit like it feels closer than, oh, this person is in this place, this person is in this place. So yeah, so from there, yeah, now I can read. And now like I even want to read, like I even read more about like my country's history, because that's something I didn't do in like higher secondary school. Just didn't like history. That's the other thing. I don't know, I'm just beginning to like, I'm just liking these things, like just knowing about my history, like my correct history, my culture, like just everything. Yeah, I read about that, and self-growth also, because we want to grow in this life. You need to continue growing. You get right? And no, I think I'll probably talk about this in my other video. I wanted to talk about something, but no, I'll talk about it in my other video. I just want to continue investing more like in reading. I think that's an investment you would never regret. And that thing they say, like if you want to hide something to, is it an African, do they say that you should put it in writing? Like it means like us, we don't like to read, and that's why a lot of things can be hidden from us, because we don't like to read, you get. And if you don't like to read, you won't like to write. And that's the other thing, like which we've missed a lot, like as like country, as a continent, is just documenting things from our point of view. Like if it's your story, can you write it from your point of view? Because you're talking about yourself, you get right. When someone else says it, there might be differences, some things might not be exactly how they were. And to be able to write, you should be able to read. Most people are literate in that way in Africa. Okay, let me say in Zambia, because I think 81% the literacy level percentage, let's say percentage, literate percentage in Zambia is 81, if I'm not wrong. So most people can read and write, but I'm talking about reading, like reading things that are important in that way. So when you have that, then you would have that thing for writing. And that's something I really want to see, like in our countries, like to write, because this time we are living, this is going to be history to some people. This time we are living is going to be history. And what makes this part of like our generation or the era that we are in is that like there's now social media and all that. So all these thing I'm documenting in 2090. I don't know if I'll still be there. 2090, someone is going to watch this. This is being documented. Someone is going to watch it. So we should really invest in documenting things, like important things. We should really invest in that, in writing especially. Like you can't just hide it. If there are some things that you would want the next generation to know about, with concerns to your country, your history, make sure you write it down. Most of our, I don't want to say ancestors, just feels, I don't know, when I say ancestors Something else comes to my mind. I don't know. Like ancestors feel so heavy. Like ancestors. Feels like witchcraft. You know, like the people before us, they did that orally, like oral tradition and stuff. But like that's not enough. It needs to be documented in that way. Then about the name, let me show you the names I thought of. So the first one I thought of, even though like these names are still not impressing me. You know that thing where you write something and you're still not impressed? That's how I'm feeling. Like I'm like, no, these are like so basic. These are probably someone has them, kind of a thing. Yeah. So the first one is KZM. The ZM in Zambia is being abused. That's why I'm like, you guys can tell me if it's fine. KZM or K Zambia, and then there's Machi ZM. Me laughing at my own ideas. Yeah, there's Machi ZM. So Machi is from my family name Machingura, so I just like made it short to Machi. So like Machi ZM. Jesus. So what do you guys think about those names? KZM, K Zambia, Machi ZM. You know I'm trying so hard not to laugh. Like, what do you guys think about those? And if you have any suggestions, you can drop them. Yeah, I'm open to your suggestions, and I'll think about them, and I'll pick which one I can go with, if it's mine or what you guys are going to suggest. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching my video. If you haven't subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, I'll probably make another video like maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow is 19th of October, so probably make, and then I'll see how I'm gonna do it. So okay guys, this thing of like eating and talking, it didn't work for me. I don't know how people do it. So my food is still like intact. I don't know, when I'm talking I just want to talk. Talking and eating, it just didn't work. So I think we will not be doing it again. Thank you for watching. Bye.